What's up everyone, Vitaly here, and in this video I want to talk to you about a powerful way that you can get extra traffic to your website from Pinterest, and that is from other people sharing your pins on their boards and their Pinterest accounts. And here's a perfect example that illustrates that. Now this is an analytical table that I'm looking at here. This is my Pinterest account, and if I look at this pin right here, which was created 5 years ago, it was actually shared on other Pinterest accounts, which are still, this pin still links to my website. But what happens is in the last 30 days, this pin has gotten me over 500 outbound clicks to my site. And you can tell that it's other people sharing my pin because if you look at the source over here, you'll see it says other pins, and that's how you can tell if other people are sharing your pin or pins to their board. And I'll show you in another video how to tell which specific ones they are, but I can tell you for a fact that this pin has been getting me residual traffic to my website for years thanks to people sharing my pin on their accounts. So the first question that I want to cover is, how do you get to this page that I'm on right now? So let me just quickly cover that. The first thing is you're going to want to obviously have a Pinterest account set up and have some pins that have some marination period, so there's some data coming in. Then you're going to want to go into the analytics overview, and the way that you do that is right here where it says Pinterest on your account homepage. You're going to click on that. Where it says analyze performance, you're going to click on analytics overview, and what you're going to want to do is scroll down to where it says top pins, and you're going to want to change here where it says sort by from engagements to outbound clicks, and that's how I got to this page. Now if you've been making pins for the last few days, or rather past few weeks or even months, you can select this to pins created in the last 30 days. And here's actually another one that was recently shared. It's here, it says other pins, and this one got me 229 outbound clicks to my website in the last 30 days. So this is great, right? I mean, having people share your pins on their boards can get you more traffic. The question now is, how do you actually have this happen? Well, there are a couple of things that you can do to increase the chances of these things happening, and I'm just going to cover them really briefly and just leave some resources below this video so you just have that extra reference. The first thing is you're going to want to choose some kind of niche that is very Pinterest friendly, meaning it's very popular. So let me just give you a few examples. Travel, nature, cooking recipes, nails, outfits, pets, things of that sort. These are very popular subjects in Pinterest. So if you're going to make pins and boards in Pinterest, try to choose one of those subjects or other popular subjects in Pinterest. That way you have more exposure in the Pinterest realm. The second thing is you're going to want to be more Pinterest SEO friendly. You're going to want to find keywords in your niche that are popular, that actually get looked up in Pinterest. So when you make your pins and publish them, they can appear for those keywords and you have more chances of them being seen. You're going to want to obviously optimize your pin itself with the SEO, the title, the description, link it back to a relevant post, things of that sort. That's important. The next thing is you're going to want to make a lot of those pins. That is huge because quantity in this particular case, it's a numbers game. The more Pinterest niche friendly SEO optimized images that you make, or rather pins, the more chances you have of one or more of those pins to be eventually seen by other people and shared on one or more of their boards. This is just a numbers game eventually. And finally, you're going to want to make beautiful images. That is really important because Pinterest is a very visual search engine. And so you have a lot of tools that are available to you. Me personally, I've used things like Canva, I've used my camera, I've used AI tools. I also use the Image Studio, and here's actually a great example of that. So here's actually a photo that I took a long time ago when I was in a park, and I actually asked myself to be replaced with a woman in the photo because Pinterest is mostly women that use it. So if you have a woman in the picture, it's easier to connect to people from a marketing standpoint. So that's how it was here. But then I also took this photo and I said, add a sunset to the photo, and here's the result. So it changed the photo, it made it a beautiful sunset, and this is now a beautiful image that I can use. So this is just one of the options that's available out there. And so the point being is when you combine all of these things together, you have a greater chance of having more people see your pins and subsequently share your pins as well. So that's what I wanted to mention to you in this video. If you have any questions, let me know. But as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.